I used to think my apartment was haunted, but after what happened last winter, I realized some things don't need ghosts to be terrifying. They just need someone still breathing. I moved into a small apartment in a quiet part of Pennsylvania after my breakup. It was not much, one bedroom, squinky floors, peeling paint. It was very cheap, but I just wanted peace. The old landlord, Mr. Lawson, told me, keep the windows locked at night. Don't leave food out. And if you hear anything strange under the bed, just ignore it. He laughed like it was a joke, but I did not. The first night was calm. Cold air, faint traffic outside, just me and the quiet. Around 2 am, I woke up thirsty. As I reached for my phone, I heard something. A whisper. Not a random sound, a human whisper. Dry and raspy, right under my bed. It said, I can see your feet. I froze. For a full minute, I did not move. The room was dark, but my heart was louder than anything else. I finally turned on the flashlight. Nothing, just dust and darkness. Over the next few nights, weird things kept happening. A strange rotten smell came from under the bed. My food would go missing. Not all of it, just little bites. Once my key disappeared, and I found them the next morning on the floor near my bed, wet, like someone had held them in their mouth. I even called the landlord. He said old buildings, rats, don't worry, but rats don't whisper your name at night. On the sixth night, I had decided I had enough. I pulled the bed away from the wall. There it was, a small wooden hatch built into the floorboards, right beneath where I slept. No handle, just a tiny metal latch and fresh scratches around the edges, like someone had tried opening it from below. That smell, it was stronger now, rotten, sour and human. I called the landlord again, told him I have found a hatch. He sounded nervous. Don't open it. I will send someone in the morning. Then he hung up. That night, I barely slept. I lay still, pretending to be asleep, waiting for that person. At around 3:10 am, I heard it again. The whisper. Soft, slow, like someone pressing their lips against the wood. Why did you move the bed? Every muscle in my body went numb. The whisper continued. I liked when you were right above me. I wanted to scream, but I could not even breathe. The voice was so close. Then, knock, knock, knock. 3 slow knocks from under the floor. I could not take it anymore. The next evening, I set up my phone on the video mode, pointing to the hatch. I left it recording overnight. When I checked the footage the next morning, the video was black of hours until 3:09 am. Then a faint creak. The hatch moved slightly. The 2 pale fingers slipped through the crack. They pushed, trembling, trying to open it, but stopped when the camera made a click sound. Then slowly, those fingers disappeared back inside. I didn't even finish watching the rest. I packed my things and drove to the motel that same night. The next day, I called the police. They broke and opened the hatch. Under it was a narrow crawl space, and at the far end of the dark tunnel, a small, filthy mattress and an empty food wrapper that I recognized was mine. They found a man there. He is being living inside the walls, hiding under my floor for weeks before I moved in. When they pulled him out, He was mumbling some things again and again. She moved the bed. She was not supposed to move the bed. I later found out the landlord had visited that man a year ago, a homeless quitter. But he never sealed the crawl space. He thought it was just empty. I moved out that small week. But sometimes, when I walk up at night in my new place, I still feels like something's breathing under me. And every now and then, I hear a faint whisper in my head. I can still see your feet. So if you ever move into an old apartment and your landlord says, "Don't look under the bed," believe me, there is something.